Now at 6, the Oklahoma Supreme Court's decision on abortion rights. Plus, the EPA gives an update on efforts to clean up mine waste in Jasper County. And some area colleges prepare for severe weather season, what the plan could mean for students.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Oklahoma Supreme Court today ruled there is a limited right to abortion in the state. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The ruling comes after reproductive rights activists challenged the Oklahoma abortion ban that was signed into law last year. By a 6-4 vote, the court held that abortion must be allowed in order to preserve the life of the mother. However, the court did allow a state ban on elective abortions to remain in place. The majority opinion ruled the Oklahoma Constitution guarantees a woman's right to protect her life, while the dissenting justice said there is no real or implied right to an abortion in the U.S. or the state constitution. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has signed a bill that will create a monument commemorating unborn children. The governor's office says the monument is for those aborted during the era of Roe v. Wade. The Secretary of State will have final approval of the monument, which will sit on state capitol grounds. According to Senate Bill 307, the monument will come at no expense to the state of Arkansas. 2 men wanted for attempted murder in Louisiana are caught in Jasper County, Missouri. Authorities arrested 26-year-old Dalton Andrews and 18-year-old Miguel Guajardo Jr. They were arrested on warrants for attempted first-degree murder and criminal conspiracy. The U.S. Marshal's Office in Louisiana contacted the Jasper County Sheriff's Office about the suspects, saying they might be in the area of 898 North Sunny Slope Lane. That's east of the Joplin city limits. Authorities got the description of the suspect's car and found it in the area, where they arrested them shortly afterward. The suspects are awaiting extradition back to Louisiana. The Environmental Protection Agency is in Jasper County today to give an update on cleanup projects. The EPA has been working to clean up mine waste for the past 30 years. That waste stems from extensive lead mining done in the area, which contaminated the soil and water of many properties. That led to much of Jasper County being part of a Superfund cleanup site. Officials say so far they've cleaned up around 24 million cubic yards of mine waste and supplied 500 homes with new drinking water, but their work is far from over.
194 wells have been sampled, and then a portion of wells have shown up to be above safe drinking water limits. So expanding the site boundary would allow us to take long-term actions to reduce risks and to help protect the community and the environment.
The EPA is currently conducting a technical needs assessment as they work to determine if they should expand the Superfund site boundary. Rainy day out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we had the showers, even a few random little thunderstorms during the morning hours, and then since then we've been getting this, just cloudy skies, a little bit of drizzle, still some wet roads across the region. It's also been cold, only 48 for a high. Normal high 62, but here's the good news. Our temperatures are actually going to climb as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Clouds are going to stick, a little bit of drizzle, random little shower as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. But temperatures are about a degree warmer than what we were an hour ago. So we're sitting upper 40s to near 50 degrees. We're going to climb throughout the overnight hours. It is going to stay breezy. Southerly winds at about 10 to 20. In fact, it gets windier as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. But look at our temps this evening. We climb through the mid 50s by midnight. I think by morning, we're going to be right around 60. We do have thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Missouri Southern and Crowder College are teaming up to make it easier for international students to continue their higher education. And the agreement they've signed allows those students to continue their education at MSSU at a discounted rate after graduating from Crowder College. Officials say it's all about creating a smooth transition.
Honestly, it makes me feel really good, especially because international students don't really have much opportunities here. And knowing that you have a scholarship right at hand as soon as you transfer is very much comforting.
Under the agreement, international students will pay Missouri Southern's out-of-state tuition rate rather than the international rate. The Spiva Center for the Arts is helping people get the creative juices flowing during the spring break. They're hosting an event to craft comics and manga. It'll cover the basics of comic and manga creation, including designing fun characters, developing worlds, and creating narrative conflict. The goal is to help people build toward creating their own original stories, but it's not just about creating stories.
I know that even me, I personally struggle with reading books, but whenever it comes to comics, it's a great stepping stone for getting into reading very expansive stories.
Today, people created 2 individual characters and a setting. It's for anyone ages 12 to 17, will last until Wednesday. It's $50 to join. Coming up, details on some Kansas lawmakers' efforts to make the length of trains shorter and why they're doing that. Later, Pitcher of the Week honors for Pitt State. We're going to tell you who and break down the stats in sports. For a lot of Kansans, waiting 15 plus minutes for a train crossing isn't that unusual. Frustration can set in when, after already waiting several minutes, drivers might see trains slowing down to temporarily stop on the tracks. Well, some Kansas lawmakers are looking to cap how long a train can be when traveling through the state. Reporter Sean Logan looks at that plan and if the state can do that.
When the train passes through town,
traffic all the time, and how big's the line now?
if you're at a crossing, it requires some patience. It's part of life for drivers at 21st and Broadway in Wichita and in many other parts of the state.
Train length that we're dealing with right now, your routes that you go to get around trains are not available anymore.
A bill in Kansas would limit trains to 8,500 feet, which is 1.6 miles.
It's not just because you have to wait for the train to go through. The problem is that the train stops for long periods of time.
The U.S. Government Accountability Office looked into train lengths in 2019, finding the average is 1.2 to 1.4 miles long, an increase by 25% from the decade before, to some stretching 3 miles or more. Lawmakers and a railroad workers union say that creates public safety concerns.
It's on a daily occurrence where we run into situations where we are blocking crossings for commuters, emergency traffic, any types of ambulances or fire trucks.
An engineer working in Kansas says on those longer trains, the handheld radios they have don't have the range if the two-person crews are split between the back and front of the train.
Depending on your location, have a 5,000 to 7,000 foot transmission.
A representative with BNSF Railway Company says this isn't an area the state can regulate, and there are already federal regulations that impact how long a train can be.
Run air pressure through the brake system at an adequate amount. That'll practically dictate. There's a lot of regulations on that. There is not a federal regulation that speaks directly to train length.
The bill would also require parked trains to be 250 feet away from any crossing, as it might block drivers from seeing another train coming on a different track. The bill also would impose fines on violations. Still ahead, how some area colleges are preparing to keep their students and faculty safe during storms.
Well, it's a big warm up over the next couple days. Also more thunderstorm chances. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a dreary day for us today. We had the rain all morning long and then just kind of clouds, drizzle, a little foggy, windy, cold outside throughout the afternoon into the evening. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. You can still see the clouds pretty thick behind all the showers, even a couple thunderstorms we had earlier today. Most of us about 1/4 of an inch, upwards to 1/2 inch. Where you see the greens, those are the areas that picked up at least 1/4 of an inch of rain with the showers rolling through earlier today. These are all gone, heading in the opposite direction, but we have another storm system building back toward the west. This will start to affect us once again by the time we head into Thursday. All right, our temperatures are really going to warm up tonight, which is kind of nice. It's still 45 in Stockton. It's up to 50 in Miami. It's up to 50 in Neodesha. And our temperatures, look at this. Central Kansas down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas warming into the 60s to near 70s. So that warmer air with a warm front is shifting through. So we're going to rise as we go through the overnight hours tonight. It's dreary. It's 49. South winds at 11. Humidity, of course, is high. We are going to have a couple random showers tonight, a random shower tomorrow, but you can see our rain chances really go up Thursday morning into the afternoon with our next storm system. All right, let's go through time. We rise through the 50s. Again, we could get a random shower by morning. Look at this. Most of us are going to be sitting near 60 degrees. Very windy. As we continue through the morning hours, mostly cloudy skies. We warm near 70 by noon. Once we get into the afternoon, well into the 70s. 73 in Greenfield, 75 Miami, Fredonia, Yates Center, upper 70s, 77, 78 degrees. Here's your day planner. 62 to start, 67 by noon, 72 by 5 p.m. Those southerly winds up there, 10 to 20. Gusts are going to be in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range once again. Tomorrow night, look at this. We hold into the mid 60s. Here comes our cold front on Thursday. Slides to the I-44 corridor by the noon hour. Some showers develop along the front, but as we get into the evening, the front slides into our southern counties and kind of stalls, so any severe threat would stay southern counties and south. But the front's close, so we got to see where it stalls out. Behind the front, we get showers, we get thunderstorms. Again, any stronger storms, southern counties, but periods of rain. Thursday night, showers, thunderstorms right along the I-44 corridor and south. If you live out here, western counties, you're not going to get that much rain. And then we're going to stick around with even showers on Friday. All right, rainfall amounts with this next batch. We are going to get some heavy rains. Again, southern counties, 1, 2, maybe 3 inches. Northern counties, maybe just a quarter of an inch. So there's going to be a wide range in rainfall amounts with this next wave. Temperatures warming up, 73 tomorrow, 68 on Thursday, back down to 57 Friday. Showers. Saturday in general looks okay, 60. There could be a random quick little sprinkle. Sunday rain rolls in late in the day, so I do think the bulk of the weekend looks pretty good. And then we warm up, rain chances again late next week.
Things are going to be really greening up very soon.
Oh yeah, it's about time to mow.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Doug. And schools are preparing for severe weather season, taking steps to make sure their students, faculty, and staff are safe. KOAM Shagun Bamadelli found out how higher education institutions in our area do that.
Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College officials are prepared for severe weather. The school has a comprehensive emergency management plan that includes regular communication with students and staffs.
I get an email from emergency management that gives us a breakdown of the weather for the week from the National Weather Service. So every morning we have a basic idea of what the weather is going to be that day, as well as for the remainder of the week. And every morning it is updated.
Lambert says the school has designated weather officers.
In the event of any weather watches that come about, our officers will begin to monitor the weather more closely on an hourly basis and watch for any updates in the warnings.
Technology is an important notification tool.
We are in the process of launching a mobile application system, a mobile app that will be available to all students and systems that will make it a little bit quicker to receive emergency notifications for weather alerts, active shooters, and so forth.
Pittsburgh State University Police Department works with local agencies in the event of severe weather.
If our campus were to be involved, we would obviously start coordinating with, again, our off-campus partners, our Crawford County Emergency Manager's office, and we would start calling in resources to come assist and start that ball rolling.
Chief Height also stresses that students have a way to receive weather notifications.
We really try to direct people in our information and in our proactive information to download your local weather app, make sure your location settings are on, and make sure you have that local your local TV station weather app, whichever favorite one you have.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Shagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
Both schools encourage students and staff to take personal responsibility for their own safety by staying informed about weather conditions. Still ahead, the Girard baseball team opens the season at home this afternoon against Labette County. And Conference Player of the Week honors for a Pitt State pitcher. Jacob Leonard has that and more coming up.
Well, the Girard Trojans are coming off one of the best baseball seasons in program history. Last season, Girard finished as co-CNC champions. They won a regional championship and went on to finish 4th in the 3A state tournament. Now this afternoon, Girard opens a new season, kicking off their schedule at home against Labette County. And after a leadoff walk in the first, Trevor Amershek settles in on the mound, gets the strikeout looking there. Then later in the inning, Amershek drops in a big curveball for another strikeout. He keeps the Grizzlies off the board in the inning. And Girard goes straight to work with the bats. Jaden Norris with a man on second. Big swing to center, goes off the bottom of the fence out there. Caleb Scales comes in to score from second. Norris, RBI triple for the Trojans, gets them on the board. A couple batters later, Ethan Bennett reaches out and pokes this one into left center. That brings Norris home. Girard gets the lead to 2-0. Ian Harlow finishes the inning strong on the mound for Labette County. Gets the swing and the miss there. Game's still going, but Girard has pushed their lead to 13-2 in the top of the 4th. In Joplin this afternoon, we have a little interstate matchup between the hometown Eagles and Colgan Panthers. Joplin 0-1 coming in. For Colgan, it's their first game of the season. Right now, the Panthers lead at 6-3 in the bottom of the 5th. The St. Louis Cardinals are just 9 days away from their season opener against the Blue Jays. So far in spring training, they've played 20 games, going 14-6 overall. Tonight, they aim for their 5th straight win, facing the Washington Nationals, and they didn't win today, but nobody did. Game ended in a 4-4 tie after 9 innings. St. Louis scored all 4 runs in the 8th to tie it up. They'll be back on the field tomorrow against the Marlins. Well, Pittsburgh State's Ben DeRosier has been named the MIAA Pitcher of the Week. DeRosier had a great outing on Sunday in the Gorillas series finale against Northeastern State. In that game, he threw 6 shutout innings, allowing just 3 hits, striking out a season-high 9 batters. And DeRosier is now 4-0 on the mound this season. In his last 3 starts, he's allowed just 1 earned run in 17 innings while racking up 21 strikeouts. So big game for him, and the Gorillas actually won that game 12-0. They swept the series from Northeastern State.
When you have a great pitcher on the mound, it really helps a lot.
Sure.
We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Missouri Senate advances a bill that would ban gender-affirming care for minors. Plus, as the city of Joplin celebrates its 150th birthday, an event looks back at the life of one of the city's most influential athletes, coaches, managers, Gabby Street. And TikTok announces some changes to avoid being banned in the U.S. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The temperature rising.
Yeah, we're going up about 10 to 12 degrees through the night. So we'll start the day in the lower 60s up to 73. Very windy tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms back in late Thursday.
Final sports note.
Big night for baseball. Japan and the United States play for the World Baseball Classic Championship tonight. They're just now getting started, so we'll have the latest on that right here tonight at 10.
Look forward to that. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.